Hey. Okay. So this will be a short live. I was gonna pull up. Okay. What we're going over is the judge was sent an ex parte communication. Um, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know if y'all can hear me, just in case I'm starting and my mic isn't even working correctly. So let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, thank you, Linda. Okay, so the Judge Whitaker was sent, she was courtesy copied on an ex parte communication between Love and Fani, and Hilton was on it too. And it had nothing to do with the judge. She definitely shouldn't have been on there. The judge basically had to go and make it a record. So she told Miss Percival to send it to all the defense. And Doug Weinstein was basically like, they shouldn't have done this. They should know better. Can you please tell the state to not include you on further ex parte communication? The judge said, it's sad, or she didn't say it's sad, but she was like, I can't believe I even have to say this type thing. But yes, please not include me. And then she was like, this message is kind of for Miss Love, because Miss Love was not in there when she was saying that. And she was like, well, Miss Hilton, you're on it too. Hilton tries to defend it to say, well, I think we just have different perceptions of direct communication and all this other stuff. So the judge is like, don't do it. Period. Point blank. Don't do it. Okay. So how the email started is it's a random anonymous email from someone that claims they're in Germany and watching the case, and they write an email to Love. And so I'm going to read that part, but I can't put it up because there's a FUCK in there, and I'm just like, I don't know, with YouTube right now, I'm not gonna chance it. So I'm gonna read you that one, but then I'll pull up the actual email. Fani. That Fani responds to Love with, but courtesy copies the judge. Judge did not need to be on that email, obviously. So here's the original email. This is what it says to Attorney Love. Subject is YSL RICO case. What are you doing? And it says, Dear Miss Love, I have been watching your behavior for quite some time now, and I am wondering, how can you be so bad at your job after all these years of experience? The new judge, who was trying to help you, not as much as Ural did initially, is fed up with you finally. You are ruining your career and what is left of the reputation of the Fulton County DA's office. Please just rest this case or you will get into so much more trouble. Maybe you are going to lose your job and will have issues in finding a new one because your unprofessional behavior and your haphazard and unorganized ways of working are on display for everyone to see. Please just do the right thing. You are going to lose the case anyway because you lost the jury about 6 months ago already. And what is eventually going to come out is that young thug is innocent anyway. He is not effing Pablo Escobar, but you are acting like it. Just stop it, please, Miss Love. Kind regards from Germany. Not ending it with kind regards after that. So then I'll bring this part up. This is... So I'm guessing, obviously, she forwarded this to Fani, and then Fani wrote Love back, but courtesy copied Judge Whitaker in there. Okay, which is highly inappropriate. And when we go over it tomorrow, they did not hold anything back. When we go over it tomorrow, y'all will see where Doug Weinstein brings this up. And the judge addresses it, because that's the first part of their day. It's the first thing they do is talk about this email, this ex parte communication. And hey, everybody that's in here, how are y'all doing? Okay, so this is what she wrote to Love. This is what Fani wrote back to Love. It says, Miss Love, please ignore this foolishness. As you know, the elected district attorney is extremely proud of you and believes you to be a huge asset to this office and our community. You have no chance of losing your job and your service is greatly appreciated. First of all, I will say this, for this to be forwarded to her, that means it struck a nerve somewhere in there with Love. This email struck a nerve. But anyway, Fani goes on to say, folks who have never tried cases will always have nasty things to say. But while they criticize from the sidelines, they fear the arena. They are not risking life and limb to keep our community safe. Let me tell you an anecdote of encouragement this morning. A good friend of mine called this weekend and said she was in an Uber, and the Uber drive randomly began talking about being from Memphis and how much violence there was in Memphis. She said the Uber driver said in Memphis they do not have the ability to do RICO. He said, "I am so proud of our DA here in Atlanta and our YSL and her YSL team. They are not afraid and they are fighting for justice." I tell you this random anecdote to encourage you to brush your shoulders off and keep your eye on the prize, which will always be justice. Please know that your boss gets 100 nasty messages and 100 nice messages a day. I focus on one thing every day, representing my community in a way that is fair. I am asking of you to continue to focus on justice and ignore the haters. I'm extremely proud of you. Now go make it an amazing day. Yours in service, Fani C. Willis. That's what she replied to Love and had Judge Whitaker courtesy copied on. Thank you, Fluff Piece. That's what I was looking for. Bravo said, "My eyes are rolling hard." Everyone wants a safer community. It's what they don't want are these people on this jury that cannot show back up to their job if they even have a job to go back to, because although they technically can't be fired from doing jury duty, there's always a workaround there. So some of them, if they're not salaried, they're not getting their salary. I mean, they're not earning an actual income. They're just getting the $15 to $25 a day for being on jury duty. It's very stressful. Although they are not supposed to be kind of known, they're known. Then it's the taxpayers of y'all's county that is like, this is a waste. Then, like it was pointed out, this was not presented as a federal RICO, it's state level RICO, which means federally they didn't want to touch it because it probably didn't have enough in there for them to touch. I know that there's other criticisms like, the blazer criticism and stuff like that, like the outfit criticisms. Yes, that's just, we shooting the mess and stuff like that. But people, and I'm not even talking about this email that was written to Love. I'm talking about in general, people honestly do have general concerns, genuine concerns. They talk about Rice Street and the conditions in Rice Street. They talk about how basically, everybody's being forced to admit to things they didn't actually do just for the sake of putting this thing together here, I'm sure. And other reasons of it looks like it appears to be some padding of some guilty pleas and stuff like that in some other cases. And that then it doesn't seem like Love really has had to prove some cases. She just had to have Glanville on her side, especially if it wasn't a jury and it was just straight to the judge decides and everything. And so there's a lot in here. It's not about those that just may say, I don't like her haircut. It's about the ones that are like, this is really corrupt over here and we're tired of it. Yes, I think anybody wants to see any victim get justice. I don't think that's the problem overall. I think the problem is how it's being tried and just trying to loop in a big name instead of just actually trying the people that directly committed the crime. And it's just looking real shaky on it being like a enterprise. It's looking real shaky. I think that's the thing. So this whole the anecdote and Memphis can't have RICO. Well, here's the thing. Maybe Memphis cannot have RICO at this time, or they don't have RICO in place. But I did see them efficiently handle one of the 4 accused murderers of Young Dolph. That was a 4-day trial. I'm just so something's not being done right over here. Okay. And I know RICO could take longer, but as it's been pointed out, we will see other RICO cases and will they take this long? But Love is not actually, to me, trying the case. She's just stutter stopping, allowing any judge that's presiding to try to finish her sentences and just talk until she gets her way. We're looking at, there's other defense attorneys that came and said she's always done this for years. There's an inherent issue here. It's not that you know, I know that there's gonna run the whole spectrum of type of people that are attracted to this case, but it's like they're just passing over the fact like this is just y'all didn't even pull financials. Like that is crazy to me to not investigate financials. Like what is this really about? Plans and Pen says other chats were saying Tennessee does have RICO. Let me try to Google and see if it'll come up that easily. Let's see. I see something that already. Let's see. Yeah, it says Tennessee Code 39-12-201-2023. It says this part shall be known and may be cited as the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization RICO Act of 1989. What is the RICO statute in Tennessee? The Tennessee RICO statute is known by the same name and was enacted in 1989. The state RICO law is limited to racketeering involving narcotics, sexual exploitation of a minor, and the collection of unlawful debts. So they have a limit, but they do have RICO, it looks like. So, yeah. There's that. But yeah, so just go back and watch the playback. What I read was the email that became an ex parte communication that the judge had to address and bring to everyone's attention. And Doug Weinstein calls them out. But we will actually watch that highlight tomorrow where Doug Weinstein calls them out. And of course, all the other arguments they have on some other evidence and things like that. So, all right. So that's all I have for this one. I will see y'all tomorrow. All right. Bye.